This video is designed to help guide you through the steps of filling out your petition forms needed when running for a Washington County elected office. A link to the Washington County website will be posted in the description below. There are two ways to fill out and file your petition paperwork. You can either go to the Washington County Board of Elections office and pick up a packet, or you can go to the website shown here and print out each form that you need. The site gives useful information, as you can see, about start dates for petitions, as well as deadlines and other requirements we will go over. First, you will see the first and last days for circulating petitions. You cannot start collecting signatures until the date listed here. You must have your petition and forms completed and filed with the Washington County Board of Elections by the date listed. Next, you will see the printing requirements for your petition paperwork. All forms and petitions must be printed on 8.5 by 11 plain white paper. Pages must be printed front and back. You cannot staple, tape, paperclip, or glue sheets together. As stated on the site, failure to adhere to these guidelines will cause your petition to be rejected. If you are emailing your petitions to others to help circulate them, advise them of these guidelines as well. On the bottom here, you will find several links. Click each link and print each form out. The first link, Candidate Instructions. This will give you an outline of what needs to be filled out and the do's and don'ts for each form for people signing your petition, as well as explanations on some of the verbiage and or clarification on what a specific section of a form is asking for. This should be with you while filling out all your paperwork. Next, Nomination of Petition. This is an example of a petition list. You can print multiples of this form so that you may give them out to volunteers who are helping you collect signatures. Remember to keep in mind that the forms need to be printed front and back and not two separate sheets of paper. Also a reminder, if you are unsure on how to fill out any of these blocks, or if your candidacy is not specifically mentioned in this video, refer back to the candidates package to see a list of examples. The first block, the electoral district in which your nomination or election is to be made, would be, as an example, the city of Monongahela if you're running for a local position within the city, or Washington County if you're running for a county commissioner, or Ringgold School District if you're running for school board. The second block is the political party you are running as. The third block will be your name. This is an important block. The name you place here will need to be the exact same name on every form going forward. It is also how your name will appear on the ballot. If you go by another name or are well known by another name, there is a nickname form we will go over. But for now, use whatever legal variations for the name you want. You will see here the name shows Jonathan J. Smith. Every form must have that middle initial and the full first name Jonathan, not John, Jon, or any other variation. Failure to keep this consistent across all forms will cause your petition to be rejected. Fourth block, Occupation. This is your current occupation. Retired, unemployed, housewife are all acceptable answers to this. Block 5, Place of Residence. This must be your home 911 issued address. P.O. boxes or business addresses will not be accepted and your petition will be rejected. The year is the year your election is happening for your petition. Block 6, Title of Office. Examples would be Ringgold School Board Director or Brownsville Borough Mayor. Again, there is an example list in your candidate package. Block 7, how many years your term will be in that office. If by chance you are filling in for a remainder of someone else's term, put the remaining balance of years in this box. The signature section. For someone to sign your petition, they must be a registered voter, same political party as you, must live in the applicable area of the election. This is dependent on the office you are running for. For example, same school district if running for school board, or same city if running for mayor. Signers cannot sign for someone else. If someone does have power of attorney, have them sign for that person and put a capital P, capital A next to the signature. Signature of elector. This is where the people will sign their name. It is always recommended to sign the first line yourself because you are a registered voter, and it also helps give people an example to follow. Print your name as the exact match to your signature. House, number, and street are physical house numbers and streets you live on. No P.O. boxes, no business addresses. City, township, or borough, they are asking for the municipality or where they pay taxes to. Date is the date of the signature. Please make sure all dates are listed in chronological order. A word of warning. Do not let anyone use ditto marks. Names, addresses, dates must be actually written out. If someone does use ditto marks or makes a mistake when signing, draw a line through the entire thing and have them start over on a new line. Please refer to your candidate package if you are unsure on the amount of signatures you need. Also, you may want to print out a voter's list. It is helpful when trying to determine someone's municipality. School board directors and magisterial judges are the only offices on the ballot that can cross-file for both the Democrat and Republican ballot. If you do not cross-file, your name will only appear on your political party's side of the ballot. So it is recommended to cross-file. If you are running for school board, there is a small caveat. School board directors must find a person from the opposing political party to circulate their petition forms, and all signatures must be from the opposing party. For example, if you are running as a Republican for school board and are cross-filing, you will need to find a registered Democrat voter to carry your petition, and they will only collect registered Democrat voters' signatures. Magisterial district judges do not need a member of the opposing political party to carry their petitions, but do need separate petitions for Democrat and Republican signatures. Also, only one circulatory, aka candidate, per petition sheet. If you are running with another candidate, you must carry 2 separate petition forms. The next form you will have downloaded is the candidate affidavit. This form is very straightforward. Things to remember. It must be notarized and do not pre-sign before showing up to the notary. Make sure your name is the exact same as it appears on the petition form. For the last box, name as it appears on the ballot. If Jonathan J. Smith is going to have his name listed on the ballot as John J-O-N Smith, he will place that here. But as mentioned previously, you will need to fill out a nickname form, which we will go over later. This is the only time you will write your name in this format. Every other form will need to match the original petition form. If your mailing address is the same as your residence, fill out NA as seen on this form. At the bottom, leave the left-hand side blank. That is for the notary to fill out. You will fill out the right-hand side with your signature, phone number, and election district, aka voting precinct. The next form you will have downloaded is Waiver of Expense Account Reporting Affidavit. This form is not required, but recommended. If you decide not to fill this out, you will need to fill out a campaign finance report regardless of if you spent more than $250 or not. If you do fill this form out and do happen to spend more than $250, then you will need to remember to fill out a campaign finance report for that reporting period. The left-hand side of this page is to be filled out by the notary, while the right-hand side is to be filled out by you. On the right side, you will sign, print your name, your physical address, city, borough, and township, that is where you pay your taxes to. Election precinct is where you go to vote. Office seeking is the office that you're running for. Example would be school board director, and your political party. Our next form, Statement of Financial Interest. This form is designed to find any conflict of interests that you may or may not have while running for your current office. Things to remember when filling this out. All information on this form is for the year previous, not the current year. Your name still must be exactly the same as the original petition form. This form is for you to disclose any conflicts of interest you may have. All information on this form will become public record. When filling this form out, the county is looking for conflicts of interest where, if by you holding the office you are running for, could give you financial gain or an unfair advantage over others when it comes to businesses or otherwise. Things like land owned that may or may not be bought or rented by the county, or business contracts that may or may not be purchased by the county. Also, large amounts of debt. When filing this form, you will need 3 copies of it. The original is to be filed with the secretary of the municipality or school district in which you are running, or the chief clerk if it is a county-wide office or magisterial district judge office. Constables file their original with the State Ethics Commission. A second copy must be filed along with your nomination petition at the Washington County Board of Elections office, and a third needs to be kept for your own personal records. Next, we have the nickname affidavit. This is where you will print the name you would like to see appear on the ballot if it differs from the one you have filled out on all the petition forms. For example, Jonathan J. Smith would like the ballot to read John, Jon, Smith. The rest of the form should be filled out with the name given on the petitions. The left side of the document is for the notary to fill out. The right side is for you to fill out. Lastly, the phonetic name pronunciation form. This is not required. If your name is commonly mispronounced, then it would be ideal for you to fill out this form. This concludes our guide on how to fill out the petition forms for the Washington County Election Board. Remember, any questions you may have can usually be answered by looking into the candidate instruction package you downloaded earlier.